Hey, barbecue family.
Happy Friday, everybody.
How's everybody doing? We've got James, we've got Kathy, we've got HT.
HT, let's rock, buddy. I'm ready.
That's us classic. You can't guess it, but it's spring here in Ontario, guys. It looks like it's December again.
Do you guys believe last Friday, if this show was alive, I wouldn't believe it myself. Last Friday, we were in tank tops. It felt like a hot summer's day. Today, back in vests and sweaters. I ain't happy.
No, it's freezing. I planted my tomatoes too early.
So did I, based on this one. She told me to, and now I don't trust her.
I don't know if they're going to make it. Hey, Barbecue Mama. We've got Fritz Frank. How's everybody doing? Nice to see you guys. Make sure to say hi to Barbecue Mama in the chat.
Hey, Barbecue Mama.
We've got Square Table Degenerates saying I turned the heat on. Yeah, been there.
He's saying he turned it on in the studio. I ain't feeling it. I feel cold right now. I feel chilly.
I had the wood stove going this morning. And it's very weird to see the wood stove on when there's like leaves on the trees.
Sorry, HT. Kiki's buckled up good. Yeah, she's right to the brim.
It's cold. I'm glad we put on the vest because the sweater's not enough.
We got C-Mac Cooks on Insta. Hey, C-Mac. We got Michael McGuire saying happy winter, Maddie and Kiki.
I know. We're back.
Guys, you can't make this up. This is what it is like to be a Canadian, okay?
If you look back,
proud, we're happy that we're Canadian, but you gotta just go with it.
You look back on the lot, and there's also no way to look good in this weather either. I'll just say that too.
Excuse me.
Because I'm looking at you, and I'm looking at me.
I'm trying my best to be cute still today, but you can only do so much, guys.
It's pouring down rain. The hair's a frizzin'. And I'm all right with it. We got the temp in the house. He's throwing up his own graphic.
Okay, let's just give it up to the temp. He needs some attention, okay? We got the temp in the house.
Frozen.
I know.
Yeah, me too. My tootsies are freezing. Guys, I have on my rain boots today, okay? And they're not warm.
It won't be in a second when we get the grill fired up. But we can't do that yet. We're all going to heat up when we get the grill on. But we're not going to do that yet. We got to talk about who got first on the grill this morning because it's someone different.
I was shocked. Absolutely shocked today. Let's give it up to Paul.
What is happening?
Paul, Bat, if you're watching, as you guys know, everybody who tunes in regularly, they know Bat 13. He gets it every single week. First on the Grill is basically sponsored by Bat 13.
It is. It has been for months on end.
Paul came in this morning and claimed it as his own. So, Paul, we got to give it up to you, buddy.
Is Paul still here? Because, Paul, did you just get it and go to bed? Did you do the old post and ghost?
As an Australian, he might be sleeping right now, but
way to go,
Paul, you got it. We're happy that you got it. And Bat, we know you'll be back next week, buddy. We love you.
Is he in here too? Hi, Bat.
He's always in here. Bat, we're happy that you're here.
Way to go, Paul.
Now, guys, we got to kick this show off, okay? I really want to get to our special guest. I'm seeing him in the green room. I'm trying to act cool and act like he's not there, but he's there.
He's waving.
I see him. He's waving. You guys can't see him yet, but we can. But unfortunately, this has become the temp's not so favorite part.
No. And it's over the years, it's like some weeks it's better than others. I don't know what really affects our singing voices. Oh, they're awful.
I don't know how to make them better. I don't know how to make it worse. I don't think they can get worse.
Maybe we should take classes, but they're never really getting that much better. No, the dancing's getting worse.
They ain't good. I'll just tell you that. You guys are about to see it in action. Temp, I'm sorry about this, but guys, we got to kick the show off the way that we kick it off every single week. Honey, are you ready? She's ready.
Here we
She's
go.
Already ready. All right, guys, let's
I'm
get
bobbing the up top bun.
Let's get it over with. Let's do this. Friday. Yes, it's Friday. I'm getting extra
the bongos.
Okay, no, we're not doing that.
Let's warm up in the grill studio.
She just loves bongoing any body parts she can get her hands on.
And it's always the top and then the bottom.
Look, that's my little sister. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Just got to do what she's got to do here.
Okay, Barbecue Mama's saying she's going to duck out a little bit early. Everybody make sure you say bye to her. Okay.
Barbecue Mama, you ain't going anywhere yet, okay? Because we have our very special guest who is joining us on the show today.
Okay, so if some of you already know who's joining us, but for those of you who don't, he is the creator and founder of AmazingRibs.com. That is the largest and most popular barbecue website there is. He is one of 40 living members of the Barbecue Hall of Fame, which in itself is a very huge achievement.
Did you guys even know there was a Barbecue Hall of Fame? We have one of 40 members on the show
40
today.
living members.
Yes.
And last but not least, he is a New York Times best-selling author. We have a copy of his book right here. Give it up for Meathead, everybody.
Meathead, welcome to the show, buddy. We're so happy that you're here.
Don't be saying you're not cute.
Oh, sweetheart.
Oh, sending the heat all the way from the top.
I can't. With this show, I just need to press pause for a second. Okay, guys, Meathead just, we were cute.
It gets a lot cuter though, Meathead.
Well, you were saying you weren't cute. You couldn't be cute. I disagree.
Okay.
But
Well,
that's what we're here for.
that's very kind of you to say. It is an absolute honor having you on the show. I can't even believe that you said yes to being on the show. We're very proud to have you on.
I'm going to guess that he said yes before he knew about the song and dance. Let's be honest.
He might be regretting it.
That's true. Had I seen the song and dance, I might have thought twice.
Just keeping it real. I appreciate that. I do.
Okay, so Meathead, we have you on the show for our segment Ravenous Rewind. But before we even get there, let's talk a little bit about this book.
Yeah, and I just have to say, first of all, congratulations, because this is definitely not your first book, and I will say it's definitely not going to be your last book. But I have started referring to this as a barbecue textbook that needs an entire course developed around it. I would have taken that in university. Our lives could have been fully different.
Yeah.
Well, I'm flattered you think so. Speaking of cute, that guy on the cover is definitely not.
Hello. I don't agree with that. I think he's cute. Get it right here.
Publisher always insists on putting me on the cover. On my last book, it was the #1 best-selling cookbook on Amazon for months, and it had me on the cover. And then Chrissy Teigen came around, put out a cookbook, and of course, she's unbuttoned down halfway and kicked me off the #1 slot.
That'll do it. Yeah.
Well, I photoshopped Arnold Schwarzenegger onto my cover and sent it back to the publisher and said, let's try again. They said no.
They just full on said no.
That is hilarious. One of the things that I love about this book is that you obviously know your stuff when it comes to barbecuing meat, but you also focus a lot on alternatives, like a lot on the sides, a lot on the salads, a lot on the dressings. Like that is important. And I also noticed that on your website as well. Way to go. Because I feel like a lot of people in barbecue focus just on the proteins. And I personally feel like that's what sets you apart.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a really nice caponata recipe in the book. I do a lot of fish. I was raised in Florida. If I still lived there, I'd be fish head, not meathead. There's on the website on AmazingRibs.com, there's a killer recipe for grilled eggplant Parmesan.
Ooh.
And it doesn't have all that oil. You know, usually you soak it in oil. It becomes a sponge of oil.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice. You roast the potatoes on the grill. You get that fire roasted tomato stuff and you make tomato sauce out of it. And you grill the eggplant and you put a plop of mozzarella on top. Really nice, really easy. My wife is a master gardener. She actually has a certificate master gardener. And come August, a couple of years ago, I actually went the whole month without eating any meat because the garden is such a grocery store.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, I love that too, Meathead. I was watching a video of yours early this week where you were strolling through your wife's garden, and it was gorgeous. And I was like, no wonder he loves veg. He grows them, and when you grow them yourself, nothing tastes better than fresh veg.
I love that though, but I think a lot of people hear the name Meathead and might think like, oh, he's a meathead. He likes nothing but the meat.
Mm-hmm.
But it couldn't be further from the truth.
I am, though. I mean, I really know a lot about meat and cooking meat. And the nickname came from, now you see, I'm an old fart. I came from, there used to be a situation comedy in the United States. I don't know if you got it up there.
We do.
Called
We do.
The Family.
We know the story. We know the story.
And All in the Family, one of the stars was a college kid. They called him Meathead. And my dad and I used to watch it, and he started calling me Meathead. And this is back in the 80s or so, I think 70s maybe. And when I went online, and I've been online since the 90s, you needed a handle, an avatar. So Meathead stuck.
Wow.
Yeah, I love that story, and I love that it was coined by your dad. I think that's just super sweet. Our parents also play a huge role in our barbecue careers. So that just makes my heart tingle, you know?
Okay, so you've been doing this since the 90s. Do you ever get sick of doing this? Are you still just as passionate about when you started?
No, it's a passion. Let's talk about some cooking. Let's talk about barbecue and some of the recipes. And There's a lot of myth busting in there. If you want me to explain some myths, let's do some education.
Okay, I'd love to. If you could pick one of your biggest myths that you like to bust, give it to us and share it right here live.
Most barbecue books say if you want smoke flavor, you get it from wood. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
But they tell you to soak the wood for an hour or two. Some say overnight.
Oh.
What, you guys like that idea?
No, we don't. Oh my guys, you heard it here a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. We did a planked salmon, and I'm gonna say I was bold enough to share that we don't soak our wood ever. And some people were like, "Oh, girls, I don't know about that."
People love to give flack for not soaking, but
I've been writing about this. First of all, there's a reason you don't need to soak the wood. They build boats out of wood for a reason. It doesn't absorb water. Now, I've done the test. I've taken wood chunks, wood chips, wood pellets. You soak them in water. You weigh them, then you soak them in water overnight, take them out, pat the surface dry, and they weigh about 2% more. And that's just because of little bits of water that stick to the surface. Cut the wood in half, bone dry. When you throw wet wood on charcoal or gas, all that smoke you see is not smoke. It's steam. And you can just hold a mirror in it. You'll see it's steam.
That's what I'm talking about.
Water boils at 212 degrees. So the wood that is wet on the surface rises to 212 and the water boils off. And it's stuck at 212 and it can't go any higher until the water goes away. Then when the water goes away, it can go up in temperature to 500 or more. And at 500, the wood starts to smoke. So it can't smoke until the water goes away. So that water is not enhancing or improving your smoke. It's actually interfering.
Thank you. Thank you
busted.
So much. Myth totally busted. I absolutely love that you confirm that because you're right. When it's soaked in water, you're just adding to your cook time because you're just waiting for that water to leave.
But you know what? It's so ridiculous how often that is preached across the barbecue community.
Yep.
This soaking. I know. It's like, where did it start?
Not anymore, people.
Not
anymore.
It's full of mythology. I mean, another one is there are still a lot of knuckle draggers out there who haven't discovered thermometers. For crying out loud, guys. It's usually the guys. I don't need a thermometer. Yeah.
It is.
Thermometers are not for sissies. Thermometers are for people who want to get the food done properly. It's really embarrassing to get some expensive steaks, serve it to the dinner table, and stand at the head of the table and kind of make it, well, it kind of got away from me. I'm awful sorry.
We've all heard them say it.
A medium rare steak is at 130 to 135 Fahrenheit. I don't know what that translates to in Celsius. 130 to 135 Fahrenheit. And not a penny more, not a penny less. And you can't tell definitively by cutting into it because the color changes with oxygen. Mm-hmm. The color can be misleading because of the lights if you're using incandescent or fluorescent or LEDs. A thermometer will tell you precisely the doneness. And it's not only for quality, it's for safety. I mean, poultry is often contaminated with salmonella, campylobacter. It's probably not going to kill you, but it sure can make you sick. And you don't want to make grandma sick on the holiday when everybody's gathered around the picnic table. And so you need to use a digital thermometer to tell when the food is safe and when the food is at an optimum flavor. And this is the digital era. If you're still relying on one of those probes with a little dial in the top, that was invented in the 1800s and it takes forever to read and it's not accurate. Take it out of the drawer, put it in your driveway and back your car over.
Yep, agreed.
Go out. Get a digital thermometer. Now I've got here in my hand the top of the line. It's by a company called Fireboard. Oops, there we go. And it's got a probe. Oh, there we are. See, there's the probe.
Yep.
And this one's well over $100, but you can get some really nice ones for under $30. Mm-hmm. And they're accurate and they're precise and they're fast. My website, AmazingRibs.com, we hired an electrical engineer, and he tests thermometers for us. We don't sell any thermometers. We don't sell any grills. We don't sell anything. He tested the thermometers, and detailed testing with special machinery that checks their accuracy and their speed. And all those reviews are on AmazingRibs.com. Go there, find one that you can afford, click the button, and you can order it online, Amazon, wherever they're available.
I absolutely love that because you're right. You can get ones for under $30. There's no excuse to not own one. If you want to spend $300 on a meat thermometer, that's on you, but you can get a basic one that gets the job done for under 30.
Through our experience, it seems like a lot of people are hesitant with thermometers because they think it's more complicated. But like you mentioned, it's way less complicated. You don't have to memorize the correct doneness temperatures. Go online, do a quick Google search, you stick it in, you can walk away.
Well, the sticking it in, you can, a lot of people will just stick down, and we always tell people don't stick down because it's going to go right through to the grill.
Yeah.
Stick to the side to get an accurate reading, and it ain't ever going to lead you wrong.
I love
Now,
it, Meathead.
If you feel like you want to really get on top of the game, you can buy a second thermometer. And the second thermometer has a probe that you put on a clip next to the food. And that'll tell you the temperature the food is feeling. Because that dial thermometer up in the top of your grill is that same technology. It's not accurate. And it's way up here. Hot air rises. It's a different temperature. It can be 50 to more degrees difference between up here and down here. Yeah. So you want to get a probe near the meat. Don't get it too close because there's a cold air bubble around the food. You get it away about 3 or 4 inches. And now you know what temperature you're cooking at, just like indoors. You set your oven for 325. You got a gas grill or a charcoal grill. You don't have any idea what the temperature is in there. How can you cook like?
Yeah. I think we're seeing the reasons why your website is the largest and most popular website there is.
Exactly. And now, guys, we were very grateful that Meathead is sharing 2 myths that he just busted, but you got to get the rest of them by getting the book.
We know we have a guy testing thermometers, but we have a guy full-time testing grills and smokers. So if you're in the market, now summertime is coming, you got an old rust bucket out back, it's time to get rid of it. Come on to AmazingRibs.com. And we have Canadian manufacturers in there. Max Good is his name. He's got a database of hundreds of grills and smokers that he has tested in detail. He's tried to break them. And you can pick the price range you want, whether you want gas, charcoal, pellets, logs. They're all there, hundreds.
I love that. And that's why it's such an important website, because it basically does the research for you. I don't know about anybody who is in the chat right now. No one these days is buying anything on a whim. We all like to research. So go do your research by heading to AmazingRibs.com.
All right, now Meathead, I would love to have you on the show for the entire time. In fact, I would love to have you here.
Yeah.
Just hanging out with us.
For the whole show, like we could just talk. We love busting barbecue myths as well, because I don't know how there's gotten to be so many of them over the years, but there's tons out there.
There are so many and annoying ones that are constantly coming up.
But I have to just tell you guys, it felt just now absolutely marvelous to hear Meathead confirm the no soaking.
If anyone tries to throw it at me again, I'm just going to send them a clip of him saying that.
Yes.
I'd love to come up there. My only experiences in Toronto, in Ontario, are Toronto. I've been to Toronto several times, and I'm madly in love with the city. It's just such a cosmopolitan place with every race, ethnicity, and their cuisines. Yes. And also, once on a trip across country, we stopped overnight in a little fishing village called Erio. And Erio is on Lake Ontario. It's west of Toronto. They're fishing boats, like ocean fishing boats, big wooden hulls going out and back. And we found a little restaurant about 2 blocks from the docks that was serving fried fish caught that day. Oh my God.
Wow.
It was so good.
It doesn't get fresher than that. Well, Meathead, we got to get you up to our neck of the woods. We're about 45 minutes east of Toronto. So next time you're up here, you got to come to our grill studio.
I'd love to.
Okay, so the question we have for you today for our segment Ravenous Rewind is, as a kid, who was responsible for cleaning up after meals? And did you eat together as a family, which seems to be a forgotten art, unfortunately?
Oh, no. Dinner was the family, absolutely. Very rarely. And I was a high school athlete and, football and swimming and all that stuff. But we all sat down together, my mom, dad, and sister. And one of the things I remember best was that we had conversation. It often was around current events and other things. And I was allowed to participate as if I was a full-blown adult, and I was allowed to voice my opinion. They weren't cutting me off. They weren't saying, what do you know? You're just a kid. And that encouraged my intellectual curiosity. And it was a really cool thing. As far as cleanup, I don't remember detail. I think we all kind of picked up our plates and marched them into the kitchen. Mom didn't have a dishwasher at first, but eventually she got one. And I think we piled all the dishes on the counter, and she was the only one allowed to load the dishwasher.
There's always one of them in the household, the dishwasher person who's like, don't touch my dishwasher.
I love to hear that, though. I don't know why things have changed so much
Yeah.
now with people eating on the go constantly and kids getting their food. And I can't say for sure. I don't personally have any kids, but I see a lot of people seeming to have their kids like walk around with their food and not sitting around and having that conversation time.
I don't understand it.
I don't understand it either.
But and I think it's cool, Meathead, that your parents encourage you to just communicate like a regular person. Like there's a lot of people that like think of kids as like a different species a lot of the time. Like they can eat food that everybody's eating. They can talk and have thoughts just like adults. Like I remember being 5 and thinking very similarly to how I think now.
Yeah, where you see adults having conversations as if the kids aren't there and talking about them like they're not there. And you're like, they're hearing what's happening.
Yeah.
And they know what's going on.
Hey, I see a quote on the screen from David Desmond. It's going to make me blush.
Let's see this.
You checked out Amazing Ribs. Wow, super incredible. 5-star. Cool. Thank you. It is. It's a great website. I'm very proud of it. There's over 2,000 pages of free information, recipes, techniques, science, myth busting, product reviews. We also have a membership portion of the website called the Pitmaster Club. And that's really cool. It has a really high retention rate. 88% of the members come back year after year. There's 120 instructional videos, broadcast quality instructional videos from top pit masters. There's half a dozen free ebooks that I've written for members. And you can take a 30-day free trial. We don't ask for your credit card, so we're not going to stick you with a bill at the end of the 30 days. But if you buy the book, you get a 60-day free trial.
Okay, good to know. You heard it here, guys. If you are interested, head to amazingribs.com. You can get all the information. Meathead, it has been an absolute pleasure having you on the show.
I don't know how it's been 23 minutes because I could go another 43 minutes.
And we barely touched on the subject of barbecue and grilling. I mean, I have so much to share. Let's do it again sometime when we can focus on cooking. We can talk about steaks. We can talk about, this book has stuff like how to deep fry on a gas grill.
Okay.
I love that. I love it.
Yes.
Do you ever do fried chicken in your kitchen?
No, we did deep fry Nashville hot chicken. I think last year over the kettle, and with a few safety tactics, you just got to be safe about it. It's actually, you'll never fry fish or chicken in the house ever again.
Yeah, but you don't do it in the kitchen because it spatters all over the place, stinks up.
The aroma.
But doing it on the grill makes a huge amount of sense. I also teach how to do wok frying, stir frying on a charcoal chimney, which is really cool.
Okay.
Chinese restaurant temperatures.
Okay, great to know. That is a great idea.
All that stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we would love to have you back, Meathead. We're very grateful that you were able to come on today.
Yes.
And we just want to let everybody know again, his book is out right now. We're referring to it as the barbecue textbook. Get it, add it to your collection.
And follow him on Instagram at Amazing Ribs. Meathead, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
Teach me the dance so I can go out with the dance.
It's pretty much just get your hands in the air and just there you go.
He's got it. See,
just give it everything you have. Get the hips involved.
He nailed it.
That's much like the Trump dance for me.
Okay.
Oh no.
We just want it to be good, wholesome dancing.
All right. Thank you, Meathead. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend.
Have a good weekend.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Oh my goodness, just a wealth of knowledge.
He's a wealth of knowledge, and he also requested a dance lesson too. And boy, did he nail that.
Okay, guys, we got to get cooking. We got to get rocking and rolling. We've got our Vermont Castings propane grill here back here today that we are cooking on. I'm going to get it fired up so we can get rocking.
So guys, the cool thing about this grill is that it actually has temp assured technology. So it's very similar to an oven. You actually can set it to whatever temperature you want. So today we're actually cooking around 400 to 450 because we are making a grilled lime shrimp wedge salad. Okay, so this is going to be a hot and fast recipe to grill the shrimp over the grill. It's not going to take long, and it's definitely going to be something that you're going to want to make this summer.
Okay, so we're all fired up. We're ready to rock and roll. We've got all of our burners lit, and we've got a griddle insert that we're going to be using for our shrimp today as well.
Yep, so our griddle, oh, HT's coming at us with a super chat. Here's to teaching me to not soak my cedar plank wood. That's coming from Key and I, and then being confirmed by Meathead himself, which, guys, I'm sorry, bucket list moment right there.
Absolutely.
All right, I got to hit that super chat bell. HT, thank you so much.
Thanks,
and
HT.
I will actually, because you guys know that we're all about credit around here, Meathead wouldn't have come on the show if HT didn't do the introduction. So HT, thank you so much for making our barbecue dreams happen in 1,000 different ways.
So we, I don't know if Eva Llama has joined us yet, but we're going to get on TikTok now that our guest is gone.
We got Barbecue Dave hanging out on Insta with Marianne. Everyone's having some fun over there. Guys, we're happy that you guys are all here. This is going to be a super easy, super delectable recipe. Yeah. And hopefully our friends Starfrit are in the house because we're using Starfrit products and the Rock products. Okay, so right off the top, we just want to let our Canadian residents know that if you buy anything from the Rock or Starfrit, we have a promo code, which is Maddie and Kiki 45, and you can get 45% off. Okay, so I'm going to take you guys to the grill for a second because we have used this thing for 4 years and it looks brand new. So this thing right here is our griddle. You don't actually have to buy a full-on griddle to be able to griddle, to be able to make smash burgers. We've used that thing for 4 years and it looks brand new still. Mm-hmm. Okay, so if you want to order one of those, use promo code Maddie and Kiki 45 and you can get one yourself. Starfrit is in the house. Hey guys.
Hey guys.
And our friend Fritz Frank actually bought that a couple years ago after we first showed it. And he's been using it ever since. I think he bought a few actually.
Okay, so this pan is also Starfrit. Really, really nice pan. If you wanted to get yourself one of these, the promo code is going to work for that as well. Okay, so I got to get rocking and rolling. I'm on toasted coconut breadcrumbs and on the dressing, which thankfully I don't have a lot of chopping to do today. And as the rain gets, I don't think I do either. As the rain gets even louder.
Oh, Fritz Frank bought 3 of them on sale.
Wow,
that is fantastic. That's my kind of man. Go big or go home, people.
Okay, so is that who is that Diana there? How do we order these products online? Visit the Starfrit website. Go to their Instagram, and you can also there's a link to go right to their website there as well. Use your promo code, get 45% off. Hey guys, over on TikTok, how's it going? Okay, so we're heating up our pan here. The heat feels really nice because it is. I feel like I can see my breath in this cold weather. I don't understand how it's almost June.
That was chilly, but I will say, hearing Meathead, which again, I need to go back and watch that a million times, referred to us as being cute. I'm sorry, bucket list moments just checking off around here, okay? This is where Grill Studios, where dreams come true.
Yeah.
It really is.
All right, so this breading is really nice for this recipe in particular, but it's also really nice for other recipes. It's like a very multi-purpose type of breading. So like crumb wise. So we've got some breadcrumbs that we're going to add to some oil. And we're also going to add in some coconut. This is shredded coconut. You could use sweetened, you could use unsweetened, whatever really you prefer. It is it's not the fully shredded down coconut. It's more of like a coarse shred. And we're going to let that toast. You have to let it toast to develop the flavors.
We have Keith joining us saying, I just bought Jane the Rock baking dish.
Hi, Keith.
Awesome, Keith.
Very cool.
That is fantastic. I love to hear that. And guys, the Rock products, we have actually used a lot of them here at the Grill Studio. This is our newest pan set that we have of them. And I love them because even this whole pan could be used over the grill.
Yes.
Because it's metal, which we get a lot of questions about that. Like you guys put your metal pans on the grill. Yeah, they're fine in there. If they can go in the oven, they can go in the grill. Okay, now that is already smelling toasty and terrific.
And we're just gonna season it with a little Cluck and Squeal bold browning. Any barbecue
changer.
Any barbecue rub would be really good in here, but we are obsessed with this one, and we still have yet to figure out what is that little je ne sais quoi in there.
I'm gonna say, guys, we're tight with Mark, the owner of Cluck and Squeal, and he won't even tell us.
We're tight with him, and he's tight-lipped on this recipe. We're like, Mark,
I don't blame him.
No,
I don't blame him.
It's his livelihood. I get it.
Now, guys, we have our shrimp here. You guys can see that it's a little bit dark in here because it is very
Rainy.
dark outside here. But we have our shrimp peeled, and I'm just going to show you guys. We're going to be butterflying a shrimp. And if anyone is thinking, well, that actually sounds like a technique that I wouldn't be able to do. It sounds difficult. It sounds hard. It's not hard whatsoever. And basically the whole purpose, if you're wondering why would I butterfly, we are all about getting flavor in every single nook and cranny. Okay. That's why you butterfly. So we're going to just take the shrimp just like that on the side here. Okay. And then you're just going to get your knife and just run it down the back, not all the way through. Okay. And then we're just going to open it up. I'm just going to give it a little bit more because you don't want to go all the way through. And then there is your butterflied shrimp. And then that's what I'm talking about. We're going to put all kinds of flavor in there. And then that's actually going to flavor the entire shrimp.
Nice. Very easy to do.
Very, very easy.
Okay, so we're just going to keep toasting our breadcrumbs, and we're going to let those go. We have them on like a medium heat. And
I wish I was on a medium heat.
I know. It is
I'm just freezing, guys. This is like, and like, why is it getting louder with the rain?
This has been 2 days. Normally here, there will be like a break in the rain where you can get outside. But my garden has been exploding, and I haven't been able to handle anything because there's been no break in the rain. I've just gotten soaked. I went up to try to pick some of the asparagus. A, I got 2 ticks on me.
Buddy,
and B, I got drenched.
I love that you're laughing at ticks.
I have had 3 tick bites this year already, believe it or not.
Guys, we're adding some olive oil to our shrimp here. And then we're just going to be zesting a whole lime. Okay, just the zest. This is how much you want to zest. Once you start seeing the white part there, that's when you want to cool it on the zest. Okay, because then you're going to get the pith in there and it's going to taste bitter and disgusting. And I don't want to be blamed. Okay, if you start doing that. So we're just going to zest, we're going to juice, and then I'm going to add some delectable, a little just quick rub that I made really, really quick. So you guys know we love making I'm using a variety of rubs that from the barbecue family members that we've been sent, but we also like making our own. There's no reason. Okay. Oh my goodness. The browning.
Really nice.
Browning happening, man.
Very nice browning. We don't want it to brown too quickly because we want like a nice even browning. So I'm just going to turn it down a tiny little bit.
And it can go from that to over in like 2 seconds. Just keep an eye on it, guys. Keep it moving.
Okay. So we've officially entered in like, apparently this is like well below seasonal temperatures, but this is a very good recipe for salad season. It's getting warm out. People are eating a lot more salads. Not today.
Not today. And of course, Gary is in the house. That's Barbecue Jones. And he's saying 40 Celsius today in Phoenix.
No.
Oh my goodness. I can just imagine what that feels like. And also, Gary, I have to say it's super sweet that you converted to Celsius for us.
That is very sweet.
What a sweetheart.
Okay, so we're going to turn this down a little bit, and I'm going to get started on our dressing for this salad. So if you have never...
Oh my goodness. Smell that coconut. Guys, the coconut aroma coming off of that unsweetened shredded coconut.
This would be really nice. So toasting this first and then letting it cool, this would be really nice as a breading. Like a breading on something, like on a protein.
Yeah, but the reason why this is good as a breadcrumb is you get all that flavor, but you don't got to do the work.
Yeah.
That's why it's good. And that stays good up to a couple days. I've been putting that on everything. You can put it on pasta. You can put it on mac and cheese. You can put it on scalloped potatoes. That would be a delectable.
And it doesn't get soggy. Keeping it separate makes it so it does not get soggy.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to get started on our dressing. So for our wedge salad, we are going to do a pineapple and cilantro dressing that has a very nice creamy base. So we're going to start off with a little bit of mayonnaise. This one just happens to be a plant-based mayonnaise because I would like to enjoy this today. And I feel like you can't tell the difference between a regular mayonnaise and a plant-based mayonnaise.
You literally can't. You literally cannot.
So we're going to add the mayonnaise to a bowl, and you could use a regular mayonnaise if you wanted to.
Guys, we got Kathy in the house. I'm just noticing that Kathy's here. We haven't had her in a little while. Kathy, we're grateful that you're back.
Hi,
And
Kathy.
I had a blast with Kathy, HT, our girl Kara from Scale and Taylor on last Sunday. Guys, that was a blast.
You guys did a great job.
Yeah.
Representing for the ladies.
We missed ya.
I know. I'm
We
sorry.
told secrets about ya.
I'm sorry I couldn't be there, everybody. I wanted to. I caught the very tail end, but sometimes you can't always make it. Matt held it down for us both.
So I tried my best. We had fun. We told some secrets. It was just it sounded like we had a slumber party with HT for some reason.
It did.
That's what that sounds like.
Okay, so we've got our grill fired up. We're aiming for around the 375, 400 degree range.
Yeah, looking good. Now, guys, I'm almost ready to go with our shrimp. It is super loud here.
Yeah, hopefully you guys can't hear that. It's getting louder and louder with the rain.
So we have the juice of the lime, we have the zest of the lime, and then we have this rub that I've made right here, okay? This is cumin. It is sea salt. It has this chili blend, which I don't know if Will Plunk is in the house, but I am obsessed with this Flat Iron Pepper Co. Spice blend.
Yes,
so this
me
one
too.
has gochujaro, Thai chili, ghost, and tien peppers. Guys, this stuff is not to be messed with, okay? This stuff is super spicy. And I'm not going to add more because I already added it in here. But we like some kick in our family, so that's why I went hot and heavy with it, okay?
Okay, this is only smoke. I'm just releasing the smoke from the grill because this is our first time using this grill. So it's smoking off.
Did we do a burn off? No. Do we care? No.
Am I trying to release the fumes? Yes, I am.
Guys, always do a burn off if you can. But look, we were excited to use this grill. And we just wanted to use that for today, especially because we have the rock griddle in there, and it's the perfect thing to make for this shrimp. So if you want the video that I did ahead of time, I did this right on the grill grates. You're more than welcome to do that. However, if you are a little bit worried about shrimp falling through the grill, these ones are pretty big. These shrimp are pretty big, so they're not going to fall through the grill grates. But you know, sometimes you can get those little ones. Then you might not want to do them straight up on the grill. You're definitely going to want to use to get a griddle. So that's
you don't want to lose them through the grill grates.
No, you don't want to use them. So lose them. So I'm going to get those on. Guys, that took 2 seconds. Shrimp are perfect because they take the flavor quickly. You don't need to marinate them for a long time.
This whole recipe is a very, very quick recipe.
I know it sounds like it would be like a lot of steps to it, but it's very, very easy.
Okay, so crumbs ready to rock and roll. Dressing ready to rock and roll. Honey, I'll give you the spotlight while you put those on. I was going to continue with our sauce, but go ahead.
Okay, well, I was going to request it anyway.
Oh, all right, I'm not surprised.
All right, let's hear what this sounds like. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That is the sounds of a properly preheated griddle. Guys, this thing is a game changer. We've done shrimp on here. We've done 1,000 smash burgers on here. We've done pancakes on here, and it never sticks.
No. That's looking real, real good, honey. Saucy Rossi saying that's a slick grill. Yeah, we're really pleased with this grill. It's a really nice size, too. It fits perfectly back there. And I'm excited to see how these shrimp are going to turn out, honey.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I do love that there's like a light up button here. I don't know if you can see that with the lights, but I love that.
Yeah, she's saying sizzle, yeah. Okay, so for our dressing, very, very easy to put together. We don't want to, we're very conscious of the sound on the mics here. So you would just add this to a food processor or a blender if you have it. So we've got mayo, we've got crushed pineapple and some juice going in. It's very heavy on the pineapple because that's where we're getting all the sweetness and a lot of flavor. And we've got some cilantro, ginger, and I'm reluctantly going to say garlic.
I was just going to say, you better be mentioning it. You better
it smells very good.
James Bearden is saying, Kiki, your dark blue and light blue looks very nice. James, I would have to second that. She is looking cute.
Thanks, James.
She said she wasn't looking cute, and she also said I wasn't looking cute, but Meathead confirmed that we are looking cute. David is joining us and saying, what? Excuse me, are you shaking your head?
No,
I thought he was going, no, we're not.
No, I was just saying TikTok. TikTok, I feel bad because I can never see the grill cam. Guys, if you want to see the different angles, you have to head to Facebook or YouTube. Click our link in bio to be sent there because you can't see much over there.
David is saying, what griddle is that one? David, that one is by The Rock. It's nonstick. It never warps. Also, sometimes when you get certain griddle inserts, they can warp. That one does not. Okay.
Yeah,
if you're thinking like, oh well, who cares? But if it warps, if you're trying to make pancakes and it's warping and like going right into the grill, that ain't gonna be a good griddle insert. So those things don't warp. They're awesome. They clean up really easily as well.
Yeah, and it's also the griddles. Also, if it's warping, you can't put oil on it, and then otherwise it's like it's not staying around the food. I can't stand that.
Exactly.
Okay, so TikTok, I will show you this so then you can see some of the angle here. So there's our dressing. That's what our dressing looks like when it's fully blended up together. Ideally, you would let this sit for a few hours, if not overnight. Let the flavors hang out a little bit. But because we are limited in a 1 hour live show, we've got it ready to go together. And the last thing we're gonna add to this is some celery salt. And this is only seasoning for this, so we're gonna go a little bit heavier on the celery salt.
Guys, shrimp don't take a long time, especially like obviously know what size shrimp you have, because the smaller the shrimp, the less time they take. These are like a medium size. So look, there's some color on them already just for being on there. And that is because we properly preheated the griddle.
Okay, Saucy Rossi's saying the best part of that griddle is how well it works on a Parks Canada fire pit. It's perfect for camping. Really great tip, Saucy Rossi.
So leave it to, why am I not surprised that Saucy Rossi owns one already?
And takes it camping. That's a very cool way to use up that
Yes, we love
Hi,
this
Michelle.
thing.
Hi, Darren, over on TikTok. Thank you guys for joining us. Okay, so our dressing is fully put together. We're gonna just make sure that's well incorporated as I splash some on my vest.
I also have to say, this is just my first thoughts of using this grill. The handle has a part here that doesn't get hot.
Oh, I
Game
love that.
changer.
Yeah, very, very cool.
I love that. That's actually really awesome. Now, guys, as he does that, I'm gonna who could go for a dip dive? Because I could totally go for a dip dive.
I could go for a dip dive. Want me to grab it? Because I'm fully done. I'll do a dip dive, and then it could be time for a beverage because it is weekend. It's rainy. I know the temp's not going to be too pleased by this one because it doesn't have alcohol, but you know what? We're making him.
I am. He actually for once told me ahead what we're making here. And guys, this one's going to be good.
Okay.
It's going to be real good. But right now, we're going for a dip dive. What do we got coming out of the bread box of questions?
Okay, here we go. Here's
this question goes out to everybody watching and listening.
Hey, Alex. Hey, Bailey over on TikTok. Okay, here we go. Here's the question. What was your fave field trip? Talking about obviously when you were in school. Where did you go on a field trip? Where did you go? And why was it so fun?
Field trips. Do kids still do field trips?
I'd be terrified to take kids out of a school setting.
These days?
Yes.
I was afraid to do, I would never want to do that.
No, I would never want to be I would just be terrified that I would lose a kid.
Okay, so give the question back to us one more time.
Okay. The question is, what was your fave field trip? Where did you go and why was it so fun?
All right, guys, we're talking fave field trips.
And I will give this to you.
That's going to take us back in time. Okay, buddy. Spectacular. Absolute.
I know.
Pineapple.
I can't wait to try that.
Guys, pineapple, cilantro, ginger. The ginger is what takes us to the next level. In my opinion.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, I really got a good answer to this one.
Rossi. Oh my goodness. I've never been there.
Neither have I.
I've actually never been there.
No, neither have.
Saucy Rossi, I'll have you know, we went to a school that was a little bit rough around the edges. Let's be honest. I'm talking elementary school here. One of our field trips was to McDonald's. So that should say a lot, okay? Didn't have a lot of in elementary school days.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I got a good one.
Give it to us.
I remember, again, keeping in the not having a lot of money at our school theme. We went to a sugar bush, which is in Ontario, is like the thing. It's like where maple syrup is made.
People would fly here to do the sugar bush. Okay, maple syrup, guys, come on.
Yeah, but it's not that cool, but I loved it because everybody got their own maple syrup, and everybody was drinking it, taking it like a shot. And I remember wanting to do that so bad, and Mom wouldn't let me.
I think Barbecue Mama left, so let's tell secrets about her.
Yeah, she wouldn't let me. Okay, Kathy's in the Detroit Zoo in kindergarten. I remember loving the monkeys.
Tom is saying best field trip for me was to the U.S. Air Force Museum
Very
at
cool.
Wright-Patterson AFB. David is saying McDonald's, how crazy. You know what? I thought that was still so cool. Okay, we got to see what goes on in the kitchen, and we got to see like the behind the scenes, and I thought it was awesome.
I don't know if kids would think that's awesome now, but okay.
I was in grade 4, and I thought I was so cool being back there and being like, ooh, this is what goes on when you order McDonald's. I would go there now. I would want to see what goes on back there now.
All right, guys, who is in the mood for a beverage? It's freezing here today, but we're still going to make it up right. It's time for Clean Living with Kiki, everyone.
Yeah, and does it have ice on a really chilly day? It does. Okay, he's going to set up. I'm going to see what we have going on under the grill, and I'm going to probably be taking these off shortly because we got to get plating up. I don't know where this hour goes, guys. I really don't.
Okay, so we're going to do a really nice non-alcoholic beverage today that I think a lot of you are going to like. Hi, CJ. How are you? Okay, so the first thing we have is it is chilly today, but we are still going to make a little bit of crushed ice. We have this super cool contraption from Starfrit that has a lot of different functions. So if you did want to get 45% off on this, it is very, very cool. So part of one of its functions is you can make crushed ice with it, like ice shavings, as if you were going to make like a snow cone. So you put the ice in the top, and we've got a bowl here to catch all the ice because it's kind of low. But like you got to put a container in the bottom, and it snaps down. So you just push it down, and then it. Actually, you know what? I might have to do this on the counter.
Now, guys, I will let you know if you're like, oh, who cares about shaved ice? Shaved ice is a game changer.
It's like a textural sensation.
Yes, I just made a mint julep a couple weeks ago for the Kentucky Derby using the ice, the shaved ice function, and I don't know why. It's just like the different texture and like the way the speed in which it melts affects the cocktail.
Okay, so
whether it's mocktail or not.
So you push it down. Push that down and then push the lock button. And then, okay, I think it's because
it got wet, but guys, that actually really
there we
does.
go. Okay, it's solid.
You could, if you pick that up now, you could lift the whole table with that.
Yeah, so it's solidly on there, and then you get the top and you push it in like that. Uh-oh.
CJ saying I love shaved ice in my fruity drinks.
No, she's not. It's because everything got wet because it's like a monsoon over here.
That thing is so awesome though, guys. And
there we go.
CJ, it is great for fruity drinks.
Why is this slipping out?
All right, I'm gonna get our shrimp off of the grill.
Oh yeah. Okay, so see what I mean? Look that's what you get. Perfectly shaved ice like a snow cone. You could do snow cones. There we go. Starfrit's helping me out. The handle needed to click in. So that's what you get.
Leave it to our friends at Starfrit.
I didn't have the hand. It was my bad. It was operator error. I didn't have the handle clicked in. Okay, so look at that. Is that not the coolest? Perfectly shaved ice. So we're not going to do a ton of it because it is quite chilly here today, but we're going to do a little bit in each of these glasses. We're going to do a watermelon elderflower fizz today.
Ooh.
That's the name of the drink, and it's not going to have any alcohol, but it does have a very cool elderflower drink in it that is specifically made for mocktails. So let's just get this out of the way. All right, so we've got our ice in the bottom here, and we're going to add in some of this very interesting alcohol-free elderflower syrup. This stuff is very, very cool. It adds such a delicious flavor to any drink, really.
If you guys have ever tried Saint Germain, we've used it on the show a couple times. We discovered it not too long ago, and it is such a unique, delectable flavor. And when we tried this with Grace Marketplace a couple weeks ago, we had Dana on a couple weeks ago, and she let us try this, and we were like, we need to add this to our collection. We're buying a bottle. We're bringing home a bottle.
All right,
now,
so
is that a third glass for the temp this week?
It is.
Because remember, he tried to drink all of our drink last time.
Yes, it is. Okay, so I added in a shot. of that because it is quite sweet, so you don't want a ton.
Can you guys hear us? Like, I can't hear anything.
It's just getting louder and louder. Okay, so then this is what I actually juiced this morning.
That color.
Freshly squeezed watermelon juice. So I have a cold press juicer, and you just add in a watermelon. Now let me tell you, if you haven't.
Wow, it is pouring.
Oh my goodness, that smells incredible.
So if you haven't had cold pressed watermelon juice, it might not sound like anything, but it's like such a concentrated flavor of watermelon, and it's super sweet.
Look at the color. Of course, that's concentrated.
Yeah, and watermelon juice is
Saucy Rossi confirming he only hears us. Thank goodness.
Okay, good. Thanks, guys. So watermelon is a really great option to juice because there's not a lot of fiber in there. So unlike something else that provides like you waste a lot of it in the fiber, and there's a lot left behind. Watermelon isn't like that. There's only a little bit left. So it's all juice. Okay. Then the last thing we're going to add in is lemon sparkling water. This is where we're going to get the fizz.
Kathy is saying, I love lemon. Kathy's into it.
So we're going to top it up and give it a little bit of a fizz.
I'm sorry, you got to have fizz.
You got to have some fizz.
You got to have some fizz in life.
Now, if this was a really hot summer day, I would take that ice shaver and make a ton of ice and have these all piled up.
Yes, because then it kind of becomes like a slushy.
A slushy, but it's just my hands are absolutely freezing. Even just
guys,
touching
we're
this.
trying to stay warm out here, and just that's why I'm not turning off the grill because we need to stay warm. It's really, really chilly out here.
Okay, look at this. One for the temp. Cute little umbrella.
Beautiful. I love that you remembered the umbrellas.
Did you put alcohol in one for real?
No, there's no alcohol in any of these, but
What's the shot glass for?
it's for this. It's for the elderflower syrup.
Guys, you would think the person who's producing the show would pay a little more attention here.
Okay.
My goodness gracious.
Look at this. How cute are these? Absolutely
Buddy,
beautiful.
gorge.
TikTok, I will show you. Watermelon elderflower fizz. Non-alcoholic for all my sober friends out there. I got you.
Now, guys, it is the Memorial Day long weekend in our American friends' neck of the woods. So we had a long weekend last weekend. They have a long weekend this weekend. So, guys, you better be getting those glasses raised. We got to raise our glasses. It feels even better to cheers to the weekend when it is a long weekend. And it's not a long weekend here, but we're going to cheers to you guys. Cheers to the weekend,
oh my goodness.
guys.
Yes. Okay. They're so delicious. Fruity. It's very floral. I'm going to give one to the temp.
Okay, that elderberry flower in here, it's pairing perfectly with the watermelon because it's very, very sweet. And when you juice a watermelon, you would think it would be super sweet, but it's very subtle. Why it's not overly sweet with the elderberry flower.
Okay, let me see if the temp likes it.
Is this the one that makes you hallucinate?
No, this one doesn't have any. First of all, none of them
He's like,
do.
load mine up.
No,
Not-
the one from a couple weeks ago.
It doesn't make you hallucinate. Do you want to hallucinate?
This one's a winner, guys. Yep. Saucy Rossi, he's got his herbal tea. He's raising them high.
This is so nice. You like it?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, good. I know the temp
If it
likes
wasn't so
watermelon.
cold.
Such
Yes.
a nice thirst quencher. Fritz Frank saying, I like the color. I may need to make a liquor variant of those for Liverpool trophy lift on Sunday. Okay, so there's a soccer game or
Yes.
a football game happening
Yes.
on
Okay,
Sunday.
Fritz Frank, I'm glad to
I
hear
love
that.
it. Now, guys, we got to get plating up our wedge salad. It doesn't get easier than this. I will show you guys. Let's show on this camera key what the shrimp looks like because the lighting's a touch better there.
Oh yeah.
Guys, was there any stickage on that griddle? Absolutely not.
Oh, these are smelling phenomenal.
Those were done in 2 seconds from the lime juice, from the easy rub that we made to the griddle and then back on your plate. If you're not making this for a starter, if you're having a dinner party this summer, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Yeah,
Okay?
very easy to do. Wedge salad is like, I feel like the wedge salads were like super popular there for a while. And then people have kind of like forgotten about them. Beautiful presentation.
Mhm. Absolutely stunning presentation. Now, guys, this is one of, actually, I'll say this is Key's favorite lettuce.
Yes,
The iceberg.
it is.
The iceberg. So TikTok can't see. TikTok, a wedge salad just looks like that. It's a wedge of iceberg lettuce.
Now, one of the reasons why I like a wedge
Oh, wait,
salad.
I know.
Why?
You don't have to wash it.
You should watch it though.
We don't. We don't. We'll keep it real with you guys. I'm sorry. We don't wash this. It's fine.
Cut off the bottom. Is any of the dirt traveling all the way up? I don't know. maybe. I'm
We're
willing to
gonna
find.
chance it. We'll chance it.
I'm willing to find that out.
So, guys, with a wedge salad, though, the presentation is so easy. You just scatter the shrimp around it like that. And depending on if this is a starter, you could even have this as a main. It basically is determined by how many shrimps you serve this with, in my opinion. And then we're going to pour on our, let's put this here. We're going to pour on our dressing. That this dressing, look at this, look at the texture here.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that almost like splattered out at me. Okay,
Oof.
we're going to give it a little bit of a pour here.
Oh, yeah, that is going to be so good.
And don't forget the shrimp. Okay, and we cannot forget our toasted breadcrumbs, which toasted up super quickly as well.
And see, that's what you need. You need for, if you're going to have a meal salad, in my opinion, you need all the elements. You need a nice creamy dressing, a really good grilled protein, nice crisp lettuce, and a nice crunchy topping.
The salad dressing acts like a glue. Okay. I'm not going to lie to you guys. This is the breadcrumbs are my favorite part. So I like to go hot and heavy with them. I'm not going to lie.
Something about the texture of a wedge salad, I find it difficult to eat because you got to cut it up. Sometimes I just pick it up.
Does that not look absolutely stunning?
Eat it like a piece of pizza.
Go to Keys and writer.
Yeah.
Go to
Let's
go
see
to
it.
yours.
Check
Kate.
this out. Oh, yeah.
Guys, okay, and putting it on a colorful plate like that just bumps it up 10,000 notches.
Diana's saying, what about bugs in your head of iceberg? Meh.
Diana, that's a chance we're willing to take, okay?
Just a little extra protein. You got to have one less shrimp if you get a bug.
Yeah. Agreed. Now, guys, I'm going to go in and give this a taste test for you guys.
All right, Tom's saying, I missed the plating. Did you grill a salad? Tom, no, we didn't. That's a rookie mistake. Grilling too many elements. You got to keep the salad crunchy. And I'm gonna say this. I don't know if this is going to be a popular answer. I don't like grilled salad. I don't like the grilled romaine thing. It's gross.
Well, if we're sharing secrets, I'll tell you guys something else too. Sometimes I eat the shrimp skin.
Tail, you mean?
The shrimp tail.
You just gnaw on it like a cat?
I ain't no quitter and I ain't no spitter. Okay? If something gets in there, it's going down. You
Buddy.
always got to take it there.
Did you hear what you just said?
I'm sorry. If I'm eating it
I
down,
didn't take it there.
I'm taking it down. Yes, you guys are sick pigs. All
You
of
took
you.
it there.
I'm eating this.
Yeah, David's saying the same thing. Yeah, I like to pick it up like a piece of pizza. Don't cut it up.
Shrimp.
Yes.
Tender.
Hey, guys
juicy,
from Edmonton.
Not over, not dry. Guys, those were on there for mere minutes.
Yeah, okay, Tom's saying I've done a romaine grilled salad and it was crunchy and good. Maybe if you keep it crunchy and you don't grill it for too long, fine. But anyone I've had like in a restaurant, it's always been soggy. It's always over grilled. But Tom, I am confident you could do it a lot better.
CJ, I see you, and I heard what I just said, and it didn't come out.
Watch that back, pal. You're not going to be happy.
Yeah, no, sorry about that. But I'm sorry. I'm sure there's more calcium. Eat them. Take them down,
Okay,
people.
so just stop while you're ahead.
Let's be real here. The shrimp is absolutely sensational. It's very delectable. But guys, this breadcrumb with the salad, the juiciness from the salad, because iceberg is all about juiciness and texture. It's a textural sensation.
It is. That's why iceberg, find me a better lettuce than iceberg. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not above saying I love an iceberg.
Now we have our music feature. I just remembered it. Let's pull it up.
Okay.
We're going back to 1983 for this one. On this day, May 23rd, 1983. Guess what the song is?
I don't know.
It's right there, right there.
1983.
Go up right there. Next
one?
one. No, next one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, 1983.
Wow.
Beat It by Michael Jackson, guys. 1983. We're going there for, that's the temp's year of birth. So guys, give us a year. We will throw that up next week for our music feature. Beat It is a classic. I love me some MJ.
Mm-hmm. It's a good one.
It is a good one. 1983. Feels like yesterday. I wasn't even born then, but
You weren't. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure that if you do want to purchase these items from Starfrit, you use our promo code
Maddie and Kiki 45. So it's Maddie and sign Kiki 45 to get 45% off. Guys, get yourself that griddle. Let's be real.
Any of them, the ice
This
shaver.
pan,
Yes.
this pan, you can use it right on the grill.
Yep, to get 45% off. We hope you guys have enjoyed this. We certainly have. I hope we can get out of here without looking like drowned rats.
According to you, we don't look cute. We already look like that.
We don't.
Guys, this was a fantastic show. I don't know where the hour goes, but thank you guys so much for being here with us every single Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you guys back here, same time, same place next Friday.
Have a great weekend,
Bye,
everybody.
barbecue family. We love you guys. Mwah.